I will return later.
Nee, nicht du returns later. Du machst es jetzt. Ach, jetzt ist es zu. Kann ich da jetzt nicht rein oder was? Weil die gerade auf Preview da rumhängt. Och nö, sag mir jetzt nicht, ich kann da nicht rein, weil ich die Hauptquest noch nicht weitermache. Das wäre echt mies. Die geht mir auf den Nerv mit ihrem... Okay, jetzt gucke ich mal nochmal, ob ich von vorne da rein kann, aber ich glaube, ich muss die Hauptquest echt weitermachen, damit ich... Oh, das wäre mies. Ja, ich muss die Hauptquest weitermachen. Okay, Ascalon Club war... Okay, einfach hier lang und dann gleich rechts. Irgendwann sollte ich diese Strecken mal auswendig kennen, so oft wie ich hier durchrenne. Und Leute schnetzeln. Ich mach dich zu Schnitzeln. Schnitzeln. Ich glaube, man merkt, dass ich heute noch nichts gegessen habe. Kann das sein?
London has brought so much pain.
Jupp, da ist er wieder. Ach ja, ab in the club. Ah, ne, jetzt wollte ich ein paar Nebenquests machen, um ein paar EP zu farmen. Und dann kann ich nicht, weil die scheiß Girl of Preview da rumhängt. Und ich denke mal, wenn ich die Hauptquest weitermache, dann geht die da irgendwann weg. So eine Scheiße. Ey, Digga, ihr könnt auch mal hier aufräumen. Faules Pack, diese Vampire. Hä? Ist noch Lady Ashbury hier. Moin, Lady.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report. We'll talk later, Jonathan.
Okay, we talk later. Okay. Ich habe mir die Bilder gar nicht beim letzten Mal angeguckt. Sehr interessant. Sehr interesting. Ist irgendwas gerespawnt? Tag? Nö. So eine Schande. Ihr könnt auch mal eure Vorräte mal auffüllen. Ach ja. Lord Redgrave. Rotgrab. Moin.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
Ich höre schon wieder dieses Störgeräusche, wenn die reden. Boah, ich hoffe, das ist nicht auf der Aufnahme, dann schrei ich. Ich bin bloß ein Arzt. Einige Fragen bleiben noch. Ich habe mein Bestes gegeben. Ich bin bloß ein Arzt. Einige Fragen bleiben immer noch. Ja, beides. Scheiße. Was antworte ich jetzt? Ich bin bloß ein Arzt, komm.
I'm just a doctor.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for
Oh Gott.
you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Oh nein.
Recruit a new vampire. Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Nee. Oh nö. Ich will den alten Sack nicht beißen. Der schmeckt bestimmt nach Mottenkugeln.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Oh Gott, wie soll ich weiter vorgehen? Warum Aloysius Dawson? Sie haben Lady Ashbury eingeladen.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
Okay.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Ja, das werden wir noch sehen, du.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Das heißt ja nichts.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Okay. Hat er mich auserwählt? Weiß er, dass ich komme?
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Okay.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
Okay.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Understandably, you have questions. Very well, proceed.
Okay.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Da war doch gerade eben noch was Gelbes. Okay. Dann halt so. Ich werde diesen alten Sack nicht verwandeln. Wenn ich die Option habe, ihn nicht zu verwandeln, werde ich ihn nicht verwandeln. Weil der war mir beim ersten Treffen schon so suspekt.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
Es wird von großem Wert sein? Nein. Ich werde es nicht tun. Ich schätze Ihren Rat.
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The
Ja,
man
denke ich auch.
is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and
Was?
incapable of creating skulls.
Nee.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Okay, über Lord Redgrave, über Aloysius Dawson, Dawson zu einem Echo machen.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
Okay. Können Sie da sicher sein, woher diese Rachsucht?
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Gut gemacht.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan, I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall, and yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny.
Aha.
His lineage is not so noble.
Okay.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor?
Okay.
Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Das ist eine gute... Ja... Da sind wir auf einer Linie. Lady Ashbury.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control,
Nein.
like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye,
Ich werde
my
ihn nicht
dear.
verwandeln.
Please, be careful.
Ich hoffe, ich habe die Möglichkeit, ihn auszusaugen und EP zu kriegen. Das wäre gut.